I'm going to be showing you how you can make this sick clone and stylized transition effect inside DaVinci Resolve using Fusion, Color Tab, and every other tool that we have in here. So let's go ahead and get started. What I got here is a clip from Travis Scott's music video Can't Say, and why don't we kind of spice it up a little bit. There's a lot of cool effects and stuff in this music video, but let's go ahead and add the transition right here in this clip that I made. Now essentially all this effect is you want to cut out and mask out your object that you want to isolate, and then you just basically add a ton of motion blur to the background and slide it around with a little bit of tiling, and you got a really cool effect. So let me show you how it's done. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down Alt and duplicate this layer. That way we're going to have this layer is going to be Travis Scott cut out and masked, and the second layer will be our background that we're going to animate to slide around. Now since we're going to be moving in and out of different tabs, I'm going to go ahead and color code these. Usually inside DaVinci, green tends to stand for the foreground, and I don't know, yellow tends to stand for the background. So I'm going to color code those so I can see those colors in other tabs. Then once we do that, we're just going to click on that and go ahead and create a new Fusion clip. So that'll put them together in their own little Fusion timeline. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this into Fusion and start messing around with it. Alright, so once we get in here, before we get too confused, like I said, green is associated with the foreground, and yellow is kind of just the main streamline in, so essentially that's our background. So let's go ahead and press F2 to rename these. So I'm going to name this Travis, because that's what we're gonna cut him out, and that's what layer this node is. And this node will be, let's press F2 again to rename it to base, or let's click BG for background. That way we know what we're working with. Alright, so let's start by animating the background. So let's click on that node here, press 2, that way it shows up here. And basically let's press Shift Spacebar and let's add a transform node. So there's a transform, and let's just drag this in right there and line everything up how we want. And what I want to do is I'm going to animate this. Basically, I'm going to go halfway through. That's where I want everything to come to a standstill. And I'm going to go ahead and key the center. Alright? Then I'm going to go to the beginning of our clip. And basically, before I move anything, go ahead and change the edges to mirror. That way it's going to mirror the edges like this when we start moving it.
Hold on. Let's see if we even got Fusion. We got the color gradient. We don't got the Fusion tab. Nodes. Yes, we do. Go to nodes. Oh, they're down here. Okay. I don't know what we're doing from here on. Media in to media out. He said something about create another node. Holy shit, that just made it glow. I did something. Made it just like glow, kind of. Okay. So we do have nodes. They're right here. Okay, cool. So we do have the nodes.
And I'm not seeing anything. Why? Oh, because I need to press 2 on my transform node, that way we can visualize that. And just in case you don't know, pressing 2 or 1 on your keyboard will basically show you what the selected node looks like. So right now we're just working with transform 1, so I've pressed 2, that way it shows up here so we can just see what it looks like. Now let's continue dragging this over the center just a few times. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it this way a few times, maybe like 1, let's see. We'll go like 3, so if I go ahead and play that through now, there we go, now it kind of slides through. Maybe I might drag this out just a little bit further, one more frame roughly, and go ahead and if I play that, now it's just a little bit faster, I like that. Now if you know me, I love smooth transitions.
Huh. Smooth transitions. So back over here, create another node. How do alright, what's it called? Optic flow frame? I don't have that. I didn't do shit. Back to the nodes. Alright, so pretty much nodes.
So let's go ahead into our spline editor. I'm going to move this up so we have a little bit more room. Click on our transform and let's zoom out here. I want to give this a really smooth transition. So I'm going to leave the front linear, the first keyframe, but I'm going to right click on this and click smooth and probably hold down Alt and drag this out so it's even smoother. So now if we play this through again, you'll see that it comes to a nice smooth halt at the end. Alright, so that's looking all good. Last thing that we have to do is add a blur to it, but we're going to do that last because that will take up a lot of valuable rendering CPU power. What we'll do before that is why don't we go ahead and now cut out Travis. That way he actually sticks out from the background. Now of course you can use various paint masks.
That sure didn't help at all.
transition you can make within DaVinci Resolve. So find the clips you want to make the transition between, click Command and then drag the first clip above itself, duplicate it. Then on the top clip, press Command R to bring up the speed control, change to 800%. Now drag the sped up clip to above the end of the first clip. Now this is a decent retime transition, but we can further spice it up. First thing you can do is apply the motion trails effect to add a quick echo effect. In this instance, it looks like he's got multiple arms swinging around, which is pretty cool. And then another thing you can do is add the invert color effect, have brief flash of opposite colors in the shots.
Oh shit, invert color. We can invert color. Let me see if I can invert the color. I don't know how the fuck he did that. I'm gonna have to rewatch that shit back.
This simple, clean music video transition you can make within DaVinci Resolve. So find the clips you want to make the transition between, click Command and then drag the first clip above itself, duplicate it. Then on the top clip, press Command R to bring up the speed control, change to 800%. Now drag the sped up clip to above the end of the first clip.
Yo, you're talking super fucking fast and I can't fucking understand a word you're fucking saying. You're not really helping me out here, bud. Neither is fucking this program. It might have crashed. It probably crashed.
Decent retime transition, but we can further spice it up. First thing you can do is apply the motion trails effect to add a quick echo effect. In this instance, it looks like he's got multiple
motion trails. Let's write down these effects. Motion trail.
arms swinging around, which is pretty cool. And then another thing you can do is add the invert color effect, have brief flash of opposite colors in the shots to keep it interesting. And there you go. Hope this helps you with future edits. This simple, clean music video transition.
Okay. They said there's an invert color in something. I didn't see it. We sipping on some vodka and orange juice. Alright, let's see. See if we can invert it. Select the clip you want. Alt. Turn that down. Drop that speed. Change clip speed. You said 800%. And then drag it to the end of the clip. I don't see shit. New project. Man, it won't even go to a new project. There we go. It's just running slow. I'll give it a second, but if it's still running this slow, we got a problem. Cause I can't get out of that screen. Oh, my back. Oh, it froze. We're fucked. It froze the whole computer. Alright, that was a cool little thing we learned at least.